Book TV recently visited Capitol Hill to ask members of Congress what they're reading this summer.
Well, I have a variety of things on a summer reading list, although it's hard to just say exactly what the list will be because I'm kind of a spontaneous book reader. I will start reading a book, and usually I got a couple of them going at one time, and then I will run across an article or some reference to a book and say, I got to take a look at that one. So it's a journey that I never know. It's really never planned as I move forward. But as far as my plans for the summer, one theme that I have going, in fact, I'm reading a book that I hadn't read since I was in college. Actually, back when I was studying in college, I read a book called Zen and the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance, which I was drawn to because I'm a passionate motorcyclist. That's what I love doing in my free time. I plan to do a whole lot of that if I can, or at least as much as I can this summer. But the book isn't really about motorcycles or maintenance. It's also a philosophical book, and I've always loved philosophy. In fact, I have a master's in philosophy, and that's an intellectual interest of mine. And I remember really being taken by that book back in the late 1970s when I read it. So I thought it's time to pick it up and read it again, and I'm starting to read it right now, about a man's journey with his son across the country, but then gets in depth in our relation with technology and a much broader discussion about some of what were big issues, pressing kind of philosophical issues in the late 70s, but are just as relevant today. And I'm reading it because actually I'm going to do a cross-Michigan motorcycle ride as part of my activities this summer to get in connection with folks. I've got a Harley Davidson, and I'm going to be doing town hall meetings. I'm going to meet with local journalists in some of our more rural counties in Michigan. I'm going to be at coffee shops and do little town hall meetings. People can join me for part of the ride if they'd like as we're going from town to town. So I thought it was time to pick that book up and read it again. And the other book that I'm reading right now is by the eminent biologist Mr. Wilson, Edward Wilson, and his Social Conquest of the Earth, which talks about really a human's journey and our development over the years and how individual selection and group selection really form who we are, and talks about how societies are really constructed and are strong as a result of some of these evolutionary avenues that we have taken as a species. And I've just ordered the Meaning of Human Existence from him, which is his capstone book. And don't we all want to know the meaning of human existence? So I'm looking forward to reading the continuation of his Social Conquest book. But then we'll see where the rest of the summer leads. I'm sure there'll be other topics that are going to pop up that are going to keep me reading.
Book TV wants to know what you're reading this summer. Tweet us your answer at BookTV, or you can post it on our Facebook page, facebook.com/BookTV.